Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Thinking of Krishna. My name is Devesani Radhika Dasi, and today we will continue reading from Sri Caitanya Mangala, page 29. Narada visits Brahmaloka. As he traveled, a stream of nectarian melodies rose from his veena, enchanting the ears of the three worlds. Losing external consciousness, Narada couldn't walk properly, and his face turned red due to love. Although unaware of his fatigue, when he arrived in Brahmaloka, he was covered with drops of perspiration. Seeing his son in this condition, Lord Brahma had mixed feelings of concern and happiness as he welcomed the great sage. Narada offered respects to Brahma, his father and spiritual master. In a fatherly mood, Brahma lifted him up, embraced him, and asked about his well-being. Lord Brahma said, "Narada, I feel immensely satisfied to behold your beautiful face. Please fill my ears with the nectar of your words. Hearing you will soothe my heart. Where have you been? Whom have you met, and what have you experienced?" Before Narada could answer, his body began trembling in transcendental ecstasy. Tears flooded his eyes, and his face reddened with feelings of joy. Then Narada said, "Brahma, listen to a wonderful story. You are the creator of everything, and the name Brahmanda comes from your name. According to the characteristics of each age, the people follow a particular type of dharma. In Kali Yuga, people are extremely sinful. At the end of Dwapara Yuga, people were full of sorrow and lamentation. They became afraid of the upcoming age of Kali. This situation pained me so much that I went straight to the Lord. I boldly asked him about the deliverance of the people in Kali Yuga. I told him I was worried because the Brahmanas are not following the Vedas. As a result, the people have very little inclination for religious practices." On hearing my words of distress, the Lord, who was full of all transcendental qualities, said, "Narada, to deliver the people in the age of Kali, I will personally descend and preach the science of devotional service. The benefits one derives from charity, sacrifice, austerity, and religious activities will automatically come simply by doing Harinam Sankirtan." Haribo! The Lord continued, "Narada, although the age of Kali is full of faults, just by chanting my holy names, one will obtain freedom from material existence. Now please go to the abodes of Brahma, Shiva, and the others. Tell them to take birth on earth in Kali Yuga, and in the form of Lord Gauranga, the embodiment of compassion, I will also descend." On hearing Narada's description, a seed of sweet love sprouted within the heart of Lord Brahma. He became overwhelmed with the love of God. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Brahma picked up Narada and placed him on his lap. At that time, Lord Brahma said, "O my dear sage, your mercy fills my heart with pleasure. People are blinded by sense gratification and ignorance of the truth. By your mercy, they will become free from Maya's clutches. Delivering fallen people is your only activity. Please listen attentively. I want to tell you about a recent experience. Some time ago, my sons, like Sanaka and other sages, came here to reveal their minds. They said, 'Lord Brahma, you are the dear son of the Lord. Please give some brief answers to our questions.' Then those sages glorified the qualities of Lord Vishnu. The sages said, 'The Lord is inconceivable, inexhaustible, and eternally blissful. He is full of spiritual energy, very subtle, and the controller of all controllers. He is all-pervading and the very form of religion. The Lord is unlimited and devoid of any material qualities. He is free from all contamination and has no material form. He has no beginning, middle, or end. This can be realized only by pure consciousness." The sages continued, "Although unborn, the Lord seems to take birth in the material nature. Lord Sri Krishna relished the transcendental rasa with the gopis in Vrindavan. He acted just like an ordinary lusty man, enjoying conjugal affairs, though everyone knows that the Lord is the true Atma of all living entities, whether man or woman. So we want to know why the Lord disturbs our minds by performing such unusual pleasure pastimes. O Brahma, please dispel our doubts by telling us the truth." Lord Brahma said to Narada, "O Narada, please listen attentively. Hearing the doubts of the sages filled my heart with anxiety. I became morose because I also could not fathom the mystery of the Lord's transcendental sports. Literally, there are hundreds of Brahmas like me who don't understand this subject. These truths lie far beyond the knowledge of Vedanta." While I was expressing my heart like this, the Lord manifested a wonderful form before me. He appeared as the Hamsa avatar. Lord Hamsa said, "O Brahma, the solution to the sage's question appears in the Chatushloki, 4 seed verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam. I will now disclose this to you." Lord Brahma continued, "Narada, I must tell you that the Chatushloki are the very source of all my bliss. No one in the universe knows the truth about this. For many days, Srila Vyasadeva stayed in Nameshranya describing the Mahabharata and the Puranas. After explaining these subjects, Vyasadeva still felt morose. Overcome by bewilderment, he didn't know what to do. In the middle of the jungle, he just lost external consciousness. Understanding his difficulty, the Lord became compassionate. Summoning me, the Lord spoke the nectarian Chatushloki, and then he ordered me to give this transcendental treasure to Vyas. At that time, the Lord said, "Brahmaji, Vyasadeva doesn't know the inner meaning of my pastimes. Give him these 4 verses and let him write the Srimad Bhagavatam based on these shlokas. Then speak the Bhagavata to Narada Muni, on whose tongue the goddess Saraswati always resides. Tell Narada that in every yuga, he is the most merciful to the living entities." Lord Brahma continued, "Narada, no other scripture compares with the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is completely transcendental. Narada, you should teach the Bhagavata in order to deliver all living entities. There is no other subject in the Bhagavat except the glorification of the supremely independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Anyone who misunderstands this point is a fool." The Yuga Avatars. Narada, now I remember some Bhagavat verses spoken by Gargamuni at the time of Lord Krishna's name-giving ceremony on earth. Gargamuni described that in different yugas or ages, the Lord appears on the earth in various incarnations. Gargamuni said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Text 13, "Your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed 3 different colors, white, red, and yellow, and now he has appeared in a blackish color. In another Dwapara Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramachandra in the color of a suka, a parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna." Lord Brahma said, "Some people question the break in the usual sequence of the 4 yugas. They think that the Lord appeared in the 4 yugas in only 3 colors. In reality, there are only 4 colors, white, red, yellow, and black, and 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dvapara, and Kali. Please consider which age Lord Gauranga belongs to. For the benefit of ignorant people, I will now explain this by quoting various verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, Texts 19 through 31. King Nimi inquired from Karabhajana Muni, "In what colors and forms does the Supreme Personality of Godhead appear in each of the different ages, and with what names and by what types of regulative principles is the Lord worshipped in society?" Sri Karabhajana Muni replied, "In each of the 4 yugas or ages, Satya, Treta, Dvapara, and Kali, Lord Keshava appears with various complexions, names, and forms, and is thus worshipped by various processes. In Satya Yuga, the Lord is white and 4-armed, has matted locks, and wears a garment of tree bark. He carries a black deerskin, a sacred thread, prayer beads, and the rod and water pot of a brahmachari. People in Satya Yuga are peaceful, non-envious, friendly to every creature, and steady in all situations. They worship the Supreme Personality by austere meditation and by internal and external sense control. In Satya Yuga, the Lord is glorified by the names Hamsa, Suparna, Vaikuntha, Dharma, Yogeshwar, Amala, Ishvara, Purusha, Avyakta, and Paramatma. In Treta Yuga, the Lord appears with a red complexion. He has 4 arms, golden hair, and wears a triple belt representing initiation into each of the 3 Vedas. He embodies the knowledge of worship by sacrificial performance, which is contained in the Rig, Sama, and Yajur Vedas. His symbols are the ladle, spoon, and other implements of sacrifice. In Treta Yuga, those members of human society who are fixed in religiosity and are sincerely interested in achieving the absolute truth worship Lord Hari, who contains within himself all the demigods. The Lord is worshipped by the rituals of sacrifice taught in the 3 Vedas. In Treta Yuga, the Lord is glorified by the names Vishnu, Yagya, Krishnigarbha, Sarvadev, Urukrama, Vrikshakapi, Jayanta, and Urugaya. In Dwapara Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears with a dark blue complexion, wearing yellow garments. The Lord's transcendental body is marked in this incarnation with Srivatsa and other distinctive ornaments, and he manifests his personal weapons. My dear King, in Dwapara Yuga, men who desire to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the supreme enjoyer, worship him in the mood of honoring a great king, following the prescriptions of both the Vedas and Tantras. Obeisances to you, O Supreme Lord Vasudev, and to your forms of Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all obeisances unto you. O Lord Narayan Rishi, O Creator of the universe, best of all personalities, Master of this cosmos, and original form of the universe, O Supersoul of all created entities, all homage unto you. O King, in this way people in Dwapara Yuga glorified the Lord of the universe. In Kali Yuga also, people worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by following various regulations of the revealed scriptures. Now kindly hear this from me. End of Srimad Bhagavatam quote. Lord Brahma continued speaking to Narada Muni. Listen, Narada, the 3 yugas, Satya, Dwapara, and Treta, have already passed, and the white, red, and black color avatars have appeared respectively. The great sage Karabhajana has explained this. Now hear what the sage says about the incarnation in Kali Yuga, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, Text 32. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagnai Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti Hi Sumedasaha. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. The Bhagavata predicts Gauranga's advent. Lord Brahma said, Narada, listen carefully to my explanation. Whenever the Srimad Bhagavatam mentions the 2 syllables Krish and Na, it refers to Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word Akrishna, mentioned in the verse quoted above, means he was not black in complexion, but golden. Therefore we sing Gaura, Gaura. The Lord incarnated with his eternal associates, his followers, and his weapons, which took the form of devotees. I say the word Anga means Balaram, which I call Sangha. The word Upanga refers to all of his ornaments. The Sudarshan disc and other weapons appeared as his associates, along with Narada and Prahlad. Sri Krishna's eternal associates, who had served him in his previous incarnations, appeared now as Sri Krishna Chaitanya's companions and associates. At the time of Lord Chaitanya, someone will identify his associates and give their previous names in Krishna's pastimes. The common people will have difficulty understanding this, what to speak of the low-minded. For this reason, the sage Karabhajana said, Sumeda Saha. Only intelligent people will understand. In the age of Kali, religion will manifest in the form of Sankirtan Yagya. Intelligent people will taste ecstasy by chanting the Lord's holy names. Jai. Sri Krishna, 3 colors, 4 yugas. Now I will explain again how Lord Krishna came in 3 different colors in the 4 yugas. In Satya and Treta yugas, the Lord appeared in 2 colors, white and red. But in Kali and Dwapara yugas, the Lord came in 1 color, black. However, there is actually no break in the sequence of colors mentioned by Gargamuni in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Text 13. There he said the Lord appeared in white, red, and yellow colors in the 3 previous ages. Narada, now listen to a blissful elaboration on the Sanskrit words used by Gargamuni. In Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 10, 8, 13, Gargamuni said that the 4 yugas appeared within the 3 phases of time, past, present, and future. After passing Satya and Treta yugas, Krishna comes himself in Dwapara. Then in Kali Yuga, Krishna himself incarnates as his holy names. Gargamuni has used the word idanim, which means recently, but this pastime will happen in the future. The word bhavishya means future. A scholar can prove the meaning of the future by knowing the past. This is sufficiently indicated by the word tata in that place, which refers to the Lord's red and white incarnations that have already been seen. The yellow color will be seen in Kali Yuga, when Lord Hari appears in a yellow color as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. If someone doesn't accept my explanation, then he must explain why Gargamuni used the word tata in the verse. Lochan Das says, please accept these statements as correct and don't ignore them. Lord Brahma continued speaking to Narada. This explanation is the supreme proof which shows why Krishna is the avatar for Kali Yuga. Although there is a debate about Krishna's appearance as an avatar outside of the normal time, if you hear carefully, you will understand the truth. The other Yuga avatars are either parts or expansions of the parts of Lord Sri Krishna. Krishna himself is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not an incarnation, as proven in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28. Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridya Yanti Yuge Yuge. All the above-mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Using the authority of the Srimad Bhagavatam, I will explain why Krishna is called a Yuga avatar. Gargamuni's realizations are difficult to understand for ignorant people like us. Only an intelligent devotee can understand. Gargamuni said that in the 4 yugas, the Lord appeared in 4 colors in 3 different times, past, present, and future. In Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali yugas, the Lord appears in white, red, yellow, and black colors respectively. Who is the fountainhead of all incarnations? Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared in the Yadu dynasty, is the source, and all others are his expansions. The Lord comes to establish religion and destroy the atheists. In Dwapara Yuga, the Supreme Lord Krishna himself appeared on earth, and in Kali Yuga, Krishna came as Lord Gaurachandra. They are the same and they are also different. According to Vyasadeva in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in 2 yugas, Dwapara and Kali, the 2 incarnations of the Lord had the same color, Krishna, blackish. Narada, it's explained in the Brihad Sahasranama Stotra that Lord Shiva appeared in the beginning of Kali Yuga. He takes the form of Sankaracharya and promotes atheism by preaching impersonal philosophy. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 8 and 9, Krishna promises that whenever and wherever religion is reduced, he comes to earth to remove atheism and re-establish religion. Due to ignorance, people in Kali Yuga become absorbed in sinful activities and sense gratification. Thus, they remain bound in the miserable material existence. Gauranga, Kali Yuga, and Sankirtan. In every yuga, the Supreme Lord comes to earth to deliver the saints, destroy atheism, and re-establish religious principles. In Kali Yuga, Krishna comes as the Gauranga avatar to propagate the chanting of the holy names as a universal yuga dharma. Glorification of God's holy names is the only religion for the age of Kali. Other than the Supreme Lord himself, Who else could have established the Yuga Dharma of Harinam Sankirtan, which quickly and effectively removes the sins of the age of Kali? Charity, sacrifice, austerity, yajna, self-control, studying the scriptures, renouncing material desires, and other religious principles are automatically attained by sincerely chanting Hare Krishna. The unlimited glories and qualities of Krishna's holy names destroy ignorance and free one from the horrible cycle of birth and death. Not knowing this essential quality of the age of Kali, people think that this is just a dark age full of sins. Actually, Kali Yuga is the most wonderful age because of this one quality. From any position, sinful living entities can attain salvation simply by performing Harinam Sankirtan. After saying this, Lord Brahma, overwhelmed with ecstasy, warmly embraced Narada Muni. Then Brahma stood up suddenly and proclaimed, "One will attain unlimited sense pleasure and satisfy all his desires simply by once seeing the radiantly beautiful form of Lord Gauranga." Lord Brahma continued his discussion by quoting some Shastric verses to verify Lord Krishna's appearance as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu and to glorify Kali Yuga and the process of Harinam Sankirtan. He cited the Mahabharata Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. Suvarna Varna Hemango Varangas Chandanangadi Sanyasakrich Chamashanto Nishta Shanti Parayanaha. When Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears as Sri Gauranga, his complexion is gold, Suvarna, in his early pastimes. His limbs are the color of molten white gold, Himanga. His body is extremely beautiful, Varangas, and he is decorated with sandalwood pulp, Chandanangadi. These four are the symptoms of the Lord's Grihastha Lila. The Lord will take sannyas, sannyasi krich, and show equanimity, sama, in different ways by describing the mysteries of devotion to Sri Krishna, and by satisfying everyone with knowledge and attachment to Krishna. The Lord is peaceful, Shanta, because he renounces all topics not related to the service of Krishna. His mind is always fixed, Nishta, in performing Harinam Sankirtan. He silences those opposed to the Lord's service by teaching pure devotional service. He is the abode of the highest spiritual peace and devotion, Parayanaha. Lord Brahma quoted another verse to show that Lord Chaitanya's appearance was also predicted in the Bhavishya Purana. Ajayadvam ajadyadvam nasansaya kalau sankirtana rambhe bhavishyami sachisuta. The Supreme Lord said, "In Kali Yuga, I will appear as the son of Sachi and inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. There is no doubt about this." Lord Brahma continued speaking. Narada, listen to some more wonderful topics. The age of Kali is full of darkness, impiety, and sinful acts. The few pious activities that remain are diminishing day by day. The essence of all religions is contained in Harinam Sankirtan. The chanting of the holy names will spread all over the world. If a materialist chants the name of Hari, the Lord will give him sense gratification. One who chants with faith, however, will give up all sense enjoyment and conquer the Lord by his pure love. In Kali Yuga, chanting the Lord's names and qualities is the supreme religion. Harinam Sankirtan is like a big axe to cut the hard knot of sinful activities. The age of Kali is so special that people from previous yugas want to take birth in this age. Why? They want the opportunity to chant Hare Krishna and preach the holy names. This fact is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.538. The inhabitants of Satya Yuga and other ages eagerly desire to take birth in the age of Kali, since in this age there will be many devotees of the Supreme Lord. When the all-powerful Supreme Lord Krishna came, why didn't he give prema bhakti to the sinful? What other avatar would give prema, even to the undeserving and unsurrendered? That type of compassion was unseen in any other yuga. That supremely merciful form of the Supreme Lord is none other than Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. A religious man accumulates great benefits and destroys his impious acts by doing pious works, going on pilgrimages, and by following religious rituals, but none of these compared with chanting Hare Krishna. In summary, it is quite clear that Kali Yuga is the best of all ages. There is absolutely no other dharma, religious practice, save and except the congregational chanting of Lord Krishna's holy names. After full deliberation, Lord Brahma came to this conclusion. Narada was extremely delighted to hear these things from Lord Brahma. In appreciation, the sage showered forth sweet music from his veena. Then Narada said, Brahma, what more shall I say? You have already said whatever I have kept in my heart and soul. Some people pass many kalpas entangled in fruitive activities. Suddenly, by the grace of the Lord, they get to render a little service to a Vaishnava. Hearing the divine topics of Krishna from such a Vaishnava, they attain freedom from material bondage. Then they become so devoted to serving Krishna that they don't care a fig for the 5 kinds of mukti, liberation. Brahma, I want to say something about Prema Bhakti and who is eligible to receive Gopi Bhava, the love of the gopis. The pure love of the gopis conquers the Lord of the 3 worlds in the same way that a paramour conquers her lover by her spontaneous love. Who can explain that Prema Bhakti of the gopis? Uddhava, the great devotee of the Lord, was ready to take birth as a creeper in Vrindavan in order to get the dust from the feet of the gopis. Uddhava himself describes this in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-61. The gopis of Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up, and they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna, which one should search for by Vedic knowledge. Oh, let me be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creepers, or herbs in Vrindavan, because the gopis trample them and bless them with the dust of their feet. The lotus feet of the Lord, which are meditated upon by Lord Brahma, Shiva, the Munis, and the greatest yogis, are rarely attained by them. Lakshmi Devi massages those feet, which have an indescribably sweet effulgence. Although the 4 Vedas are constantly reciting the glories of the Lord's lotus feet, they have hardly reached the shore of the ocean where he rests upon the bed of Ananta Shesh. Being controlled by their pure spontaneous love, that very same Lord himself worshipped the feet of the gopis. There are also hundreds of devotees who have brought the Lord under their control by following in the footsteps of the gopis. There is no comparison to the confidential pure love shared between the Vraja gopis and Krishna, the supersoul of all living entities. Their love is matchless and supreme. Although it sometimes resembles the lusty dealings between mundane paramours, that love is totally pure and transcendental. That quality of pure bhakti, which Ananta and Lakshmi have never even heard of, Lord Gauranga will preach in the age of Kali. Then Narada, as per the Lord's request, asked Lord Brahma to tell everyone in Brahma Loka to expand themselves and take birth on earth in Kali Yuga in order to assist Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. After saying this, Narada, feeling ecstatic, left Brahma's abode. Narada continued visiting the demigods. He was playing gently on his veena and singing sweetly. These nectarian sounds showered the world with bliss and enchantment. Absorbed in ecstasy, Narada chanted, Haribo! Haribo! As he informed the 3 worlds of the upcoming appearance of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the avatar for the age of Kali. The Lord would come with his joyful associates. Lochandas says, Lord Gauranga's mercy will inundate the world with nectar. All glories to the Lord of the universe. In Kali Yuga, the Lord appears to propagate Krishna Bhakti. In Kali Yuga, the people and the land of Nadia are all fortunate. All glories to Jagannath Mishra, in whose house Gauranga appeared. Oh, how wonderful! The glorious Lord Gauranga, along with the auspicious sound of conchas, mridangas, and kartals, will preach the transcendental glories of the Lord and flood the 14 worlds with the mellow love of Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya will first taste the sweet rasa of Vraja Prema. Then he will distribute it to satisfy the hankerings of everyone from the Chandalas to the demigods. Forgetting myself in the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness, I, Lochandas, proclaim that in this way, the supremely auspicious, blissful treasure of Vrindavan will appear on the earth. Murari Gupta continued speaking to Damodar Pandit. Indra, Chandra, the Yogendras, and the demigods became joyful and danced ecstatically upon hearing about the Gauranga avatar from Narada Muni. The residents of every planet felt rejuvenated like dead trees sprouting anew. Jai, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai. So we will end today on page 41. And we will hear next time, Lord Jagannath glorifies Gauranga. So Sutra Khanda will finish in 13 more pages. So the next post, the next recording, we should be able to finish. Thank you so much for listening or reading along, and we'll see you next time. Hare Krishna.